Joining us now, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson from his home state of Louisiana. Speaker, welcome back to Fox News Sunday. I know you're going to be part of a vigil tonight that is about Charlie's life, but more broadly about bringing this country back together. How do we do that?
We do that by carrying on his legacy. This has been a very difficult week in America, to say the least, Shannon. People are very saddened. They're very angry. Many people are afraid. It cast a shadow across the country and certainly on Capitol Hill. But as Erica said so well, so clearly, our friend Charlie would not want us to be consumed by despair. He would want us to carry his message forward, and that's exactly what is going to happen.
So a lot of grief, obviously, today, but fear as well, frankly. Here's what one of your colleagues, House Oversight Chair James Comer, here's what he said a couple of days ago. He says both parties have some guilt, so hopefully we can take a tragedy like this and try all to do better. And I think we can all do better, myself included. Do you get the sense there is some real soul searching on both sides of the aisle about how we got here?
I think there is. I've spoken to a lot of members on both sides of the aisle, and there's this recognition that, people have got to stop framing simple policy disagreements in terms of existential threats to our democracy and all these phrases you hear all the time. You can't call the other side fascists and enemies of the state and not understand that there are some deranged people in our society who will take that as cues to act and do crazy and dangerous things. And that's what we've seen in increasing frequency. So members of Congress and all public officials have an obligation to speak clearly into this and calm the waters. We can have vigorous disputes. I mean, Charlie Kirk was an expert at that. He loved debate. But Charlie also advanced another really important idea, and that is that he loved the people on the other side of that table. He was never motivated by hate. He was motivated by truth and love. And that's what we have to do. That's who we are as Americans. That is follows the best of our Judeo-Christian traditions and heritage and our civil society, and we have got to get back to that.
Well, you talk about Charlie and how he was in engaging with people, and yet there are a lot of folks out there who say that's the opposite of his legacy. They're portraying him as a hateful, bigoted person. I want to play something from Congresswoman Ilhan Omar speaking about him and what he was really like and what his purpose was this week.
There are a lot of people who are out there talking about him just wanting to have a civil debate.
A complete rewriting of history.
These people are full of and it's important for us to call them out while we feel anger and sadness and have, empathy.
And she was
I don't know about you guys, but why is she even a congresswoman? I think she needs to be deported. Honestly, I've heard so many things about her. I've seen her clips. I've seen her speak. She's a radical leftist, part of that Team 8, Team 7, whatever, with AOC and all those other corrupt leftists. They don't care about this country or the American people. They care about the Democratic Party. I mentioned this in other videos before that a lot of these people that are, in political positions right now are not for the American people. They're for their party. They're doing everything they can for their party. That's not something the American people would want. You do not want people that are leading this country, leading your communities to say, hey, we are taking care of the party. We're going to set these policies, blah, 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 blah. We're making shit up. And this is how life will be better for you. When you hear that compared to the Republican Party that's coming out and actually listening to the people, what do you guys want? What do you guys need? Okay, well, there's going to be some things you guys can have, some things you guys can't, things you have to sacrifice. I mean, they give us it's blunt truth compared to the Democratic Party. And I'm sick and tired of people comparing that, it's not just the left, it's the right too, on why Charlie Kirk passed away, because he did it to himself. No, that's bullshit. Everybody knows. And you know what? I actually encourage you guys. I'm going to attach a video of another YouTuber. I reacted to his video, or I didn't react to it, but I saw his video. And man, it just proves the rhetoric of the left on how they're inciting violence in this country. And that type of rhetoric you do not hear coming out of the Republican Party's mouths. I can't find it anywhere online.
Referring more broadly to a lot of people on the right that she says have now resulted in her having death threats and the need for around-the-clock security, which I know you've talked about. That's not something you can do for every member. It would cost billions of dollars. But what do you make of her characterization that he really wasn't about civil debates?
She clearly has no idea what she's talking about. She has not followed Charlie. She's playing into this characterization of him that the left has been advancing. There are people actually celebrating his murder online, and that tells you everything you need to know about that side. We've got to get cut through that. Look, member security is a serious matter. We're looking into all options to increase security measures so that they have plenty of coverage for their residential security and their personal security as well. And I think we'll be able to handle that. But there is this angst out there, and we've got to turn the rhetoric down. That is exactly the opposite of what we should be doing, what you just saw in that video right there. And I hope all members of Congress will join us. Look, we've been very active in trying to carry on and really, I think, portray clearly what Charlie was about. And his record speaks for itself. He was a Christian, a committed believer. He understood what Scripture teaches, what you and I understand, Shannon, that our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and spiritual darkness. And Charlie understood. He put on, as it says there in Ephesians 6, the full armor of God to go out and advance truth and do it in love. And that's exactly what he did. That's what his legacy stands for. And everyone around this country who is mourning his death understands that, in spite of what some of these voices are saying.
Like I said in my other videos, conservatives out there, you guys need to come out and start speaking. Speak your mind. Don't be afraid. You know, if you have certain views on a particular subject, just offer your opinion on your walk of life and what you experience, and share it with the world. Share it with this country. More Americans need to hear different people's walks of life. Charlie Kirk, he took it upon himself to do what he ended up loving. You know, he went out and spoke to many different students around the country to express his views and to have people understand his point of view, in that he wanted this country to have peace, unity, to be prosperous. And just by offering, you know, his opinion and his views and his solutions to certain things that a lot of people may not have thought of or maybe overlooked. I don't believe I would be someone that would be able to go to a bunch of college campuses to talk to so many different people and to express my views. I prefer and I enjoy being on this platform and just speaking my mind and my opinions and my views and my solutions to certain things that I believe could help the American people. That's all I want to do on this channel. This is my main purpose. When I started this channel, you know, I had some YouTuber influences, and I've been watching YouTube for many years and have always wanted to have my own channel, but didn't know exactly what content I would be providing people. And when I came across, you know, getting into politics and learning more and more and following and listening to so many different people, to include Charlie Kirk, I mean, that's what motivated me to get up on here and say, you know what? I may be nervous and shy, you know, in front of a camera, but I don't care. I need to speak my mind, and everybody needs to too. They should. Get out of your nervous shell and express yourself. And there's going to be people out there that are going to hate, they're going to talk trash or troll. And, you know, I'm going to be making a video of some of these people that are commenting because they're saying certain things that are on borderline, trying to be serious, trying to troll. And I'm replying respectfully as I can to some of these people. But a lot of people that are going to be coming up on comments and just trash talk for no reason. Let's, you know, I'm inviting a lot of people. Hey, let's schedule a day and time and have a civil debate about a topic we may disagree on. I would love to start something like this on my channel and to show the world that, you know, more people need to engage in speech, free speech, without having to cross any borders or any lines that lead to violence. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Till next time, this is for Charlie.